Our next speaker is Nir Sinai, the founder and CEO of Supra Medical. If you're thinking about the challenge of delivering medical or pharma to the backside of the eye, Supra Medical is the solution.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nir Sinai. I am the founder and CEO of Supra Medical. I'm excited to be here today to introduce our in-office suprachoroidal injector. A few words about myself. I'm a mechanical engineer. I've spent my last 15 years developing ophthalmic devices. I collaborate with Professor Adiel Barak, who is here, a retina specialist at Sourasky Medical Center in Tel Aviv. You may be familiar with Adiel's work in other innovation fields. Alongside Adiel, we have a dedicated team. Doron, Carmel, and Itai, they are also here. Okay, so there are various ways to administer therapeutics to the back of the eye. Injections through the suprachoroidal space, it seems to be a promising method. The virtual space between the sclera and the choroid acts as a reservoir, and it can be accessed through a simple in-office procedure. Once the medication is injected, it reaches to the retina almost directly, making it a safer and more effective alternative to subretinal or intravitreal injections. And lately, suprachoroidal injections are the preferred delivery method for new drugs and genetic therapies. So there are actually two ways of accessing the suprachoroidal space, but both have their limitations. One approach involves using a microneedle. This microneedle is placed perpendicular to the eyeball, which is very intuitive to use. However, the bevel opening is too long relative to the choroid thickness, which makes it necessary to apply constant pressure on the eye during the injection to maintain sealing and to prevent reflux. The other approach involves using a standard needle, which is with tangent position relative to the eyeball, which is not so intuitive and required high skills, but the bevel opening in that case is at the correct orientation. However, this procedure is complex and time-consuming and not easy to perform in a clinic. So we found a way to combine the best of both worlds. We have a perpendicular positioning, tangent bevel, and in-office procedure. How we do that? So we have a short animation demonstrate how it works. There is an angle needle that can be adjusted its penetrate depth according to the scleral thickness. It's an in-office procedure, similar to intravitreal injection that you are familiar with. With a patient collaboration, we located the injector on the limbus. The needle is penetrating through the conjunctiva and sclera, where the bevel is in the optimal position for applying the drug. And the drug just spreads and reaches to the back of the eye. This is an injection of trypan blue in New Zealand white rabbit. Professor Barak locating the injector on the limbus. The transparent area, the transparent segment of the device gives the confidence that the injection is the correct location. And you can see the needle penetrating through the conj and the sclera with minimum pressure on the eye. Now he used a gonio lens to demonstrate that the pigment spread to the back of the eye immediately, just like in the animation. Okay, so we use ophthalmic ultrasound, a UBM, to visualize the suprachoroidal space post-injection. There is a large cleft that you can see, that can be seen on the sclera and we can see that there is no perforation. We also shown in histology that the pigment spread in the choroid successfully and diffuses into the sclera. On the other hand, there was no injection into the vitreous, and there is no trauma evidence at the injection spot. So that is how our injector looks today. We found it very intuitive to use. The procedure takes less than 2 minutes. The tangent position of the needle's bevel increases safety by preventing puncturing of the RPE layer, and also increases efficacy by allowing an ideal position relative to the choroid. We have separated the injector from the syringe, so we only apply on the eye the minimum required force to prevent reflux. We expect that it will also minimize the patient discomfort. And here is our current status. Supra, it's a young company. We are part of Alon Medtech Incubator, and we have achieved successful with our POC in vivo trials. We are currently conducting preclinical trials in Singapore to evaluate new therapies, and our first clinical trial is set to start later this year. Our main IP is in the national phase, and we have more ideas in the pipeline. Additionally, we are collaborating with LICRAM on pre-submission for 510(k). Our primary business strategy involves licensing our injector to pharmaceutical companies that are interested in a delivery system to administer their therapies directly into the suprachoroidal space. Thank you very much.